So here's the thing. I feel like I'm. Yeah, what was that? I feel like I'm kind of failing my brand. So I am the cosplaying alchemist on this channel. But I don't do a lot of cosplaying stuff. I mostly do that on my TikTok. So this is going to be very informal. This is just some quick, easy, and not great tips. I'm going to say that right out loud, depending on the person, for cosplaying on the cheap. So this is mostly for people that cosplay with do armor cosplays and stuff like that, and you want to make something that's just like a one and done or something you think will last for a while. So first thing you're going to have to do for everybody working with any material, hot glue. Hot glue is your friend. Okay, yes, it doesn't last as long, but you use enough of that stuff and it works. Number 2, this is the most expensive. There are only 2 very expensive things you're going to need. When I say very expensive, I mean just a one and done, not constantly rebuying. The first thing you're going to need is a good heat gun. This is a 2-tier heat gun. So it goes from 370 degrees Celsius to 545 degrees Celsius. That's weak and low, weak and high. Okay, your second thing you're going to want to do is get yourself a Dremel or a dremeling tool, a rotary tool, whatever. Trust me, it's a lot better than sanding by hand. And yeah. Also, before anybody says, "Oh, a hairdryer works just fine," no, it doesn't. Believe me. Believe me. Second thing you're going to want to do is get a cutting pad. This is a self-healing cutting pad, which is honestly seen better days. Okay. Now, these were a birthday gift. So if your parents endorse if you have a family member or a friend who gives you birthday gifts and they encourage you to cosplay, ask them to get you a set of crafting knives. Believe me, that's going to save you some trouble. However, if that is unavailable to you, multi-tools. Multi-tools will be your best and closest friend. Get one with a few blades. Be careful with cutting with the multi-tools, though, because you may cut yourself. Or a sharp kitchen knife, but once again, be very careful if you are using a self-healing cutting mat. And that one was about $100, but it was a birthday gift, so just heads up there, too. That could also break your bank. But if you are doing armor, EVA foam. Depending on what kind of armor you want to do, thickness, whatever, do that. And there are other tips I want to give, but I still haven't figured it out yet. So that's all I have for you right now, honestly and truly. Oh, also, sorry, if you're doing Mandalorian cosplay, you're not entering any cosplay contests, and you really don't have the time to actually build, like, the helmet and stuff, just buy one. Honestly, this is from the Black Series, and it's fine. It works great. Cool insides, which are really nice. But also, too, though, if you want to paint it up to your own design, get some... Hold on, I think I saw some here. Painter's tape. Put it on the visor. If you can remove the visor, that's great. Also, if you're unscrewing stuff, magnets are your best friend. Trust me. Straight up, trust me on this, you'll thank me later. But yeah, like it's got the lights and, well, I guess not sounds really. But also, if you are going to paint it, don't just like spray paint it right out of the get-go. So here's what happens with that. This is an old Clone Wars helmet. It's not a Black Series, thank God. But the paint is already starting to peel off. So just keep that in mind when you're doing that. So you want to scuff it up with some sandpaper, spray it down with some primer, and then color it however you want to color it. Next thing is props. That I can't help you with. I mostly buy most of my props, and whatever I do use is like... So these are gauntlets. Let's go with gauntlets. Gauntlets are great. Okay. So, this is a gauntlet using a Nike knee shin guard and a lot of EVA foam and copious amounts of hot glue. The internal is an Assassin's Creed Origins hidden blade, which unfortunately broke off from the main part. So that is my essentially my hidden blade technique. These are some hockey pads that have Velcro on them. Now, if you're making a suit of armor and you have an old hoodie that matches the color scheme, don't be afraid to destroy it. Like, this barely fits me, but with the armor, it looks fine over the coveralls I use. Yeah, I use coveralls. That's how cheap I am. I can't afford a flight suit. But yeah, that's essentially most of what I need, most of what I use and what I use to get started in cosplaying. Also, thicknesses of foam are your friend. If you don't want to do makeup, that's even better. You don't break the bank. I would recommend, though, getting sew-on Velcro strips because these things do not stick very well to fabrics. I learned that the hard way. So did my bank account. And lastly, if I leave you with anything, measuring is your best friend. Measure everything. If you you have no idea how hard it is. Also, sometimes your cosplays will not work out. For example, I have 2 of these gloves. However, one of them does not have this. One of them has one of these on it. This is from a Mandalorian armor, mind you. Reason why is because it kept falling off of this glove. So I put a airsoft glove I found lying around my house one day. Belts, everything. Check out stores on the discount if you can find them. Free templates online. Measure once, measure twice, cut once. Be very careful how you do things. Also, the reason why I say sanding Dremel bits are your best friend. Get sanding bits because sometimes it's not going to wind up the greatest. Be careful when you're dremeling though because some chaos will occur. So this is a 3D printed blaster I got at a convention. Also, do not be afraid if you come in with part of a costume to a convention. I'm sorry, I know I said last thing, but let's be honest. I have ADHD. This is going to go on for a while. If you walk into a convention with somewhat of a costume and you just need props and stuff, there will probably be vendors there, local vendors on the cheap that will give you one. Get you some. Never, like, if someone's like, "Oh, I want to cosplay a Jedi. Can we stop by Walmart?" No. Get, like, an actual good quality lightsaber hilt in that case. Build it yourself. Ask to borrow somebody's Black Series. Promise them you will not use the blade. Do not take the blade. Actually remove the batteries out of it. Okay? Honestly, I think that's it. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll probably address them next time I do a cosplay little infomercial spiel. I don't know. But, yeah. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, if you need a weapon for a cosplay, toy blasters work too. Depends what you're going for, but you get the idea. Bye!